Hello Reefers, welcome back to another episode of Dreaming Reef. So if you guys have seen the introduction video earlier, today I'm going to talk to you guys about two very special leopard wrasse that I acquired, which is the Chaoti wrasse and the Mauritius Jewel. So before we even get into the topic, I will show you the place where I get both of them, which is Iwana itself. So if I'm not wrong, this is the only place where you can actually acquire the Mauritius Jewel Leopard and the Chaoti wrasse. So the Chaoti is an endemic from Australia itself, so it only arrives during the Australian shipment, while the Mauritius Jewel Leopard, well, the name is there already, it only comes during the Mauritius shipment. So they both are fairly affordable. They are going within the range of about 80 to about 130 bucks per piece. The Mauritius Jewel Leopard usually has a little bit more quantity compared to the Chaoti. And we sidetrack a bit, so since we are already here, I'll show you guys a couple of more Mauritius fishes. So do not mistake this from a convict tank. This is not a convict tank. This is an Acanthurus polyzona. So it's the same like your Jewel Leopard, it's only found in Mauritius itself. It's what we call a zebra tank, and the price of this guy is probably about more than 50 times of your average convict tank. So it's a pretty rare tank for you guys to have. So aside from that, they have this coral beauty. So what's so special about this coral beauty is, if you notice at their caudal fin, right, it has actually have these tiger markings all the way to the end of the caudal fin, which make it really special to acquire. So okay, aside from these two fish, let's head back home and I will share with you guys on the two leopard wrasses that I currently have. So first up, we'll talk a little bit on the Australian endemic leopard wrasse, which is the Chaoti itself. So for you guys who don't know about Chaoti, they are found in Australia only. They are from the leopard wrasse genus, and these guys are super notorious in their mortality rate. So I'm quite sure that many RFS didn't really want to bring them in is because they always die very fast. When I said fast, it's usually about 3 days. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of experiences that I have with them. This piece over here is my 6th one maybe. So I've understand that they are very different sleeping timing. So like when I first got this piece, right, it wakes up only about 11 AM to about 12 PM in the middle of the night. So that's the only time where I can get to feed it. If I miss that short window, it's gone for the entire day already. And it only takes mysis at that moment. So every day I have to catch that short window and spam the entire tank with frozen mysis. I will actually pump it into the wave maker and just flood the whole tank with it. That's how I get it to start eating, and then after that it's a couple of months of consistent work during that time frame. So as they get a bit more mature, their awake time gets longer. So right now my Chaoti wakes up probably a very early afternoon, and it usually falls back asleep in about 12 at night. So the Jewel Leopard, it's also a bit special. So they both have very different sleeping timings. The Jewel Leopard wakes up very early every day. Usually about 5 AM he'll be awake, and he will go back to sleep at 3 in the afternoon. So it took me more than 1 month just to get the Jewel Leopard to start feeding on wet feed. And after that, once it gets a bit more mature, right now his awake timing usually goes from 5 in the morning all the way to about 7:30 to about 8 at night. So a trick for you guys is, if you guys want to try these two fish, right, you really have to catch their timing, because they come from different regions, they wake up and they sleep at a very different time. So if you really want to have success with them, feed is one thing that you really have to take note on. So aside from that, these are a couple of do's and don'ts if you want to have either one of these leopard wrasses. Firstly, if your tank is too not mature, do not get any one of them. Chances are they will die. And Chaotis are very fast in their death, which usually is about the 2nd day to even the 3rd day. They will just disappear in your tank. So the Jewel itself, same thing. This is my 2nd piece, and if you don't have a mature tank, don't try, because they usually likes to hunt for pots. My tank is actually seeded with a lot of pots, and I actually seen them on average every day they are looking around looking for stuff to nip on. So secondly, they are the leopard wrasse family, so they require a sand bed, a fine sand bed for them to burrow in. So when you first get them, right, these both fishes are very shy. They do not come out that often, and they are not very bold. So to get one that is mature, first few months they are going to bolt away, they are going to shine, they are going to hide in the sand all the time. So feeding wise, both of them will like wet feed a lot. I usually get mine starting off with myces with brine stream, and then even till now, right, my Chaoti has been with me for going to about a year already, has not touched pellets yet. So it's really hard for them to even get something. So the next thing is your inhabitants. So as I say, these two fish are very shy. Do not put them in with larger wrasses and stuff that is very aggressive, because most of the time they will shy away and you won't even have a chance to even feed it already. And this is one last trick that I would say is to, when it comes to wrasses like this, right, never ever try to quarantine them. Well, everybody says it's good to quarantine fishes, but trust me, these are the fishes that you don't want to quarantine, because they will not do well with medication, and they will definitely not do well in a empty bare bottom tank. So if you guys got any much more questions regardless about these two leopard wrasses, feel free to PM me, drop a comment below, and I can hopefully answer any of your questions. So I hope you really appreciate this video so far. Subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next week.